Welcome back to the Strata Start Guide. This session will take us back to the basics to review how Strata works to improve the cow's immune function, milk, and reproductive performance. Let's start out with our basic dairy diet. Nutritionists work tirelessly to balance the nutrients so our cows can maintain maximum health and productivity. While we've been balancing amino acids, the calcium-phosphorus ratio, starch, and fiber levels, fatty acids have historically been a secondary consideration and not something we really truly balanced. As you can see, fatty acids are one of the main nutrient categories, with omega-6s and omega-3s being specific fatty acids that play a role beyond energy, directly influencing the immune regulation of the cow. Every dairy cow diet already has some level of omega-6s and omega-3s, with the total amount and ratio of the two having an influence on her immune function, health, and productivity. Let's take a look at where these essential nutrients are typically found. As you can see, omega-6s are very prevalent in dairy diets, as they are found in corn, and corn silage, and distiller's grain, and cottonseed, lots of these ingredients that we feed a lot of. Versus the omega-3s are much less common, with a short list of ingredients that are not all that common. One of the most prevalent of omega-3s in our dairy diets is dry hay, although the amounts of omega-3s are very low relative to fresh grass. Now let's talk about that ratio. As we discussed earlier, these omega fatty acids are not just energy for the cow, as they play a significant role in the immune regulation. Omega-6s are inflammatory, versus omega-3s are anti-inflammatory in nature. Thus, the balance of the two directly affect the cow's immune response. So how do you know if your diet is balanced or not? In early lactating diets, the goal is to have an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio at 5:1 or lower, allowing for a healthy immune response while not wasting energy on an overly ready immune status or too much inflammation. It is important to note that this ratio that we are talking about is not the as-fed ratio, but rather the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s that get through to the rumen, to the small intestine, to be absorbed. So what does this typical ratio look like? Often lactating diets are greater than 15:1 omega-6s to omega-3s. This is due mostly to the abundance of corn silage, corn, and other corn products that are fed. By adding Strata to the diet, we significantly lower that ratio, allowing the cow to redirect energy toward milk and reproduction. Over the past year, we at Virtus have been working closely with nutritionists and dairy producers from across the country to better understand the fatty acids that are in our diets. This graph is a summary of over 200 TMR samples that have been sent in for fatty acid profile analysis. Each bar is one TMR sample from a high cow TMR, and what is displayed is the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s at the small intestine. The diets with Strata are in green, and the ones without Strata are gray. As you can see, there is a tremendous range in those ratios and an opportunity to significantly improve the cow's health, productivity, by working to better balance these omega fatty acids. To sum it all up on how and why Strata works to consistently improve the cow's productivity, it's all about the balance. These omega fatty acids are already in your diets at varying ratios and are having an impact on the cow's immune function and overall productivity. Understand what that ratio is in your dairy diets by entering your ration or TMR sample results at omegabalancer.com. Then see if Strata is a fit to help better balance these essential nutrients for your cows and for your bottom line.